Sometimes I get this feeling that I want to run away from everything in my life. That the fantasy of this cabin in the woods far away from everyone else is actually very, very interesting and very attractive to me all of a sudden. And sometimes I don't know why. Sometimes I blame it on stress. Sometimes I blame it on, uh, I don't know, just simple day to day things that I don't like about my life. Maybe I blame it on people, stupid people, or external factors, but I think in the end it's about my perception on life. I think that the reason why the fantasy of the cabin in the woods, away from everyone else, away from the world, where you just feel like you just want to forget about everything that you have, good and bad, it's not it's not necessarily something that has its own roots in what's going on externally. It is not an exterior influence on you that you don't like, that makes you feel bad, that makes you feel dissatisfied with your life, that makes you feel like you are not where you should be, that you don't belong here. Maybe, maybe it's you. Maybe it's me. I think about it sometimes. I don't know how many people feel like this because I don't usually go around asking people on the street how, if they feel like they just want to run away from their entire life and their responsibilities. But to be honest, I see it in a lot of people. You know, that's one reason why for some reason I don't like staying in cities. I don't like urban places. It's because it's very, very crowded, very busy. It's just the human part of life is reduced a lot, and it's no longer something precious. It's no longer something important. It's just some random guy in a car in traffic that you're swearing because he's going too slow and you're late to work or to school. It's no longer someone that you see on the street. Is just somebody that you avoid having eye contact with because you're in a city. Because people in cities that you don't usually say hello to some random people on the street because they'll think that you want to rob them, you want to assault them, or I don't know, some other thing, or you're just straight up weird. So you don't do that. And another reason why I don't like urban places is because I can see it in their eyes. I can see it in a lot of people's eyes that I walk on the street, and frankly, I can recognize this in other people because I can recognize it in myself and I know how it looks. And I can see it in other people. I can see the way they walk and I can see the way they stare, and you can just tell that they're sick of it. They're sick of everything that's going on. They're sick of the good and the bad, and they just want to trade it all for something new. In the end, you know what? Maybe there is a lot of external influence which adds on to that. Because if you wouldn't be in the place that you wanted the most and everything, then I guess, yeah, maybe you wouldn't feel like that all the time and you wouldn't have this nagging feeling that you have where you feel dissatisfied with what you have, even though you might have an amazing life. You might have a girlfriend, like a beautiful girlfriend. You can have loving parents. You can have a great family, and you can have all these things. And you can remind yourself of these things, and you can feel grateful for a while. You can feel happy. You can feel like fuck. Maybe even stupid that you're thinking like, God damn, I want to throw this away for what? And in some context, that's actually true. I am saying this from my own experience. This is what I have. I have so many beautiful things in my life, and I often make an effort to remind myself of that when I start feeling down. I don't know why, but I have a tendency towards pessimism. As much as I try to avoid it, as much as I try to be more positive and outgoing and not so much focused on my thoughts all the time and avoiding to overthink and all that kind of stuff. I just have a tendency towards it, I guess. It's been like this ever since I can remember. I've always had a tendency towards the bad and to see stuff in a more darker light, in a darker tone, not lighter one. And I see it in myself. I see the fact that I have all these amazing things, and as I said, I often remind myself of them. But in the end, at the end of the day, I look in the mirror, or I have a feeling in my gut, in myself, and I just feel like fuck. This is not where I want to be. I mean, not that I don't want to be with my parents, with my family, or with my girlfriend, or my friends. No, that's not a point. That's really not the point. It's just that you feel like you have more to give, and you just don't know in what. You just don't know where, and that can really take a toll on you. It can take a toll on the way that you see the world, the way that you conduct yourself on a daily basis. It really, really affects you if you're not careful with it. I'm still young, luckily, and maybe I'm feeling the way that I'm feeling is because I'm not currently down the path that I want to be down. So I am not, both academically and I don't know, in other kinds of scenarios, I'm not in the right place right now because something's happened and I have to wait a little bit more, and it's all very uncertain. Maybe that's the reason why I feel like this, but the feeling persists. I don't know why. I've always had something very similar to this. Maybe not exactly like this, but I can always remember this nagging kind of feeling that I would have in myself, in my gut, in my insides. Every once in a while, we'll just have a day where everything is going great. You have a good day, you chill, you feel good, you have good relationships, you have good interactions with the people that you love, but in the end, fuck. You just feel like there's more to life than this. You just feel like there's more that you want to give to this world. And I know that feeling. I don't know what the right answer to this problem is, how to fix this. I'm still working on it. I'm still trying to find ways to stop this from happening, but so far it's been happening, and maybe people who I care about will watch this video and they'll just think to themselves, what the fuck is he talking about? Like, what are you saying? Are you saying that you're not happy with us? Are you saying that you're not uh, satisfied with what we're giving and everything? No, that's not what I'm saying. And I'm sure that if you're watching this and you're in my position too, you feel the same. If you relate to this feeling, then you know it's not because of the people around you. It's I mean, not the people that you love. It's not because of them. It's just because there's more that you feel like you have to give to this world. You just don't know where, and you don't know how you should prioritize this energy, and you try to find different outlets, good ones. You try to go to the gym, you play a sport, you practice a sport, you read, you try to create things. Maybe I haven't gone down that path long enough and I haven't done it well enough to talk about it and to pronounce myself on this problem properly. Maybe not, but I've tried different outlets, and in the end, it's just all. I just feel like it's not actually what you're doing. It's just the way it's more connected to the way that you see life in general. That you see yourself, and that you see everything that's going on. I feel like I have this problem with the way I see my life. I have a problem with my life perspective. For some reason, I just constantly feel like there's got to be more. There's got to be more. Like, this is not it. It's not going to school every day and going to handball practice and going to the gym and just hanging it all up, just, having a few good moments, and then at the end of the day, talking to your girlfriend a little bit, and that's the day. I mean, fuck, it sounds like a good day to me. Compared to these people out there who are in war zones, who are starving, who cannot fucking pay their bills. They're working their asses off 24/7 to pay the fucking bills, to put some food on the table for them and their loved ones. Fuck, I feel stupid with saying this, but I'm not gonna back down because it's how I feel. I just feel like there's more that I have to give to this world, and I don't find it here. Maybe that's why I haven't really recorded that many YouTube videos anymore. It's because I feel like the way that I was seeing and I was conducting these videos just didn't really bring anything important and meaningful to me. It just didn't really cut it. And I don't know, I'm still trying to think of ways to move past this, but I guess the best way is to maybe talk about it and see if other people feel the same. I'm sure that they do. I'm sure, and I've seen it all in a lot of places. Especially this analogy with the cabin in the woods, just trying to run away from everything and just thinking that the cure to all of your problems is running away in a distant, far off place where the people that you know and the responsibilities that you had are no longer part of your life. And maybe in some cases that's the truth. Maybe in some cases it's what you need. You need to go on a farm in Switzerland in the Alps and forget everything else. But fuck, I just know, like, no matter how much sometimes I just dream about having that. I just dream about going in Finland in the middle of nowhere with a few people around me and just chilling there. Going fishing, and I don't know what else you can do. Cut cut wood and logs and build a house and work some chill job, maybe in construction, maybe in something else, maybe write a book. Like, I just know that me going off like that and just isolating myself from the world and trying to escape my problems, it might seem right now like it's the answer, but it's not. It's never the answer. I don't know exactly what that answer is, but I'm guessing it's something more connected with trying to figure yourself out, trying to figure out what it is that you actually want from yourself, and I'm trying to pursue that more. Maybe it's not running away from the world and your responsibilities that you think is gonna make everything better. Maybe it's addressing them in a different light, or maybe it's making some radical changes, yeah, but not isolating yourself. Because in the end, that's just the main point. The main point is that I see it in myself, and I see it in a lot of people around me. This desire to just isolate yourself from everyone else and just live a very, very secluded and simple and absolutely, I don't know, not colorless, but uneventful life. And you're thinking to yourself, yeah, that will bring me peace. For how long? For how long until you just realize that, fuck, you know what, maybe I have more to give. And just keep pushing that shit down your throat. You can go two ways from here after you realize this. Is you can go down the path of what I just mentioned, secluding yourself and just isolating yourself from everyone else, or struggling hard and putting in the work and trying to achieve like the things that you think will make you happy. And in some cases that works. For some people, I'm not saying no, but I'm sure that for me and maybe for you and a lot of other people, isolating yourself on that distant far away farm is not going to actually make you happy. And grinding towards all of these crazy ambitions that you have, like, oh, I don't know, I just want to become a millionaire, or I want to become this and this and this. In the end, it's not what you were looking for. It was something else. I've listened to a lot of people, in podcasts and on the internet, and other people in real life, I guess, who they've achieved the level of success that they thought was right for them, and they just realized that's not what they want. And again, from there, you also have two roads, like before. You can either realize that and you can just move away from that entire field of trying to achieve more and just being overly ambitious and just trying to get everything and working like all the time and just focusing your entire life on that. You can try to get away from it, or you can just say, well, I just need more, and then I'll be happy. And we all know that's not the right that's not the right choice. Almost everyone who said, yeah, you know what, I'm not happy where I am, I need more, they get there and they realize that they don't actually feel happy, and they keep going down that vicious circle, and they don't stop, and they keep trying to get more and more and more until they drop dead, alone and isolated from everyone else, chasing a dream that is merely just a dream that can never really be achieved. I don't know what the right call is. I don't know what people should do in this situation, but I think we should at least take a deeper look at what we want from ourselves and what we are expecting from the people around us, and we should strive to make our expectations realistic but not overly mundane. Because if you have realistic expectations but are so fucking boring, so simple, then chances are you're not going to feel happy. Chances are you are not going to feel like it matters that much to you. But when you strive to achieve something that's realistic but also at the same time ambitious, then, that brings a sense of energy and vitality in your life, because fuck, I can achieve it. It's realistic. It's not out of my reach. It's not out of my grasp, but I just have to work hard, and I know I'll get there, and I have to do some things along the way to get there. And that can really get you a long way, I think. Just don't fall prey to this illusion of the perfect island in the middle of nowhere, of the perfect farm, of the perfect cabin in the woods. And don't fall prey to the illusion that you need more. That just the reason why you're not happy now is because you need more. I don't know what the right road ahead is. Maybe it's a mixture of both. But I am pretty sure that these two options, they're not gonna turn out great. At least for me. Maybe for you they will. I hope you do what's best for you. I just felt like I had to say this for some reason. Maybe somebody relates to this and they can realize that it's a normal thing, and a lot of people feel that, and that it's not just you. It's not just you. And in the end, it's something that we can work on and we can get better at, and we can actually overcome. I hope you're gonna have a good day, and I wish you all the best, man. See ya.